So you guys had a lot of success with you and Jalen on the floor together. How do you feel like you guys complement each other?
We both play hard. He's a great defender, got a lot of great athleticism to him. He's just a young player that wants to play hard and do whatever he got to do to win. So when we was out there on the floor together, I felt like we battled hard. And I felt like it was he always been saying that he wanted to be on the floor with me. So, I mean, we finally got a chance for that.
Yeah.
What's it like in practice going against him? I mean, do you feel like you're kind of the older veteran guy? Are you trying to teach him?
Yeah, definitely. Like, sometimes I'll tell him to post up harder. Like, sometimes they don't post up that hard. I'll be like, you got to post up harder if you want them to give you the ball. So it's just a lot of learning things that I'll be telling him going through practice, after practice, just showing him a couple of things that he could do. But, yeah.
Is it rare to find a player that young have such good defensive instincts coming in right away from?
Yeah, definitely. He been doing great. Been practicing really well. Been playing hard. Well, I actually knew from the summer that he was going to be a good player. That he was going to be a great defensive player, just because how much athleticism he got. Time shots good, so I already knew it.
Is that something you guys were pushing more recently for you guys to get on the floor together? How'd that come to be?
Really just us having size and athleticism. And we've never really been on the same team at practice, so we wasn't really expecting it. And just us being on the floor together, we really didn't think it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, he was talking about it for a minute. I was like, yeah, that would be cool if we would. And then it finally happened. I felt like we did good together on the floor. We didn't foul, contested shots, rebounded good. So I feel like we did great together.
Would you like to see it more?
Yeah, definitely. Like, we usually never play two bigs at once, so I always like to see it. When we do it, it's usually successful for us. So, I mean, I'd definitely like to see it more.
I know your first 2 years you liked when you and Daquan were on the floor together.
Yeah.
Is it similar to that at all?
Same exact thing. I feel like just like me and Quan, we was always talking about it like, yeah, if we get in together, we're gonna go crazy together. So, I mean, it's the same with Jalen. We talk about the same things, want to be on the floor together. And, I mean, I feel like we did good together, battled hard. Play great defense.
But you and Z were always on the floor together.
Yeah, but Z, he's an all-around player. Like, Z played 1 through 5, so it's kind of different, like a true big man like Jalen Graham. So, yeah.
Does it kind of ease you off the shot block responsibility? Kind of feel like you have some other protection behind you?
Yes, definitely. And when he was in the game, I kind of was guarding a different position. That's helping me out, helping me move my feet, guarding the perimeter players. And it was it's opened up the floor for us. I got to play the 4, which I never really done. So, I mean, that was definitely fun for me. So, yeah, if we could do that more, I'd be great. Get my shot off a couple more.
In the preseason, though, you and Jalen were on the court and you guys practiced together a lot. Were you kind of surprised that it almost took so long to do that in the season?
Yes, but I feel like we kind of short on big, so like I feel like the reason why he don't start us both is because we both can get in foul trouble early, and then that kind of hurts us. So that's what I feel like he don't start us both together. But I mean, when we got in there, I felt like we wasn't really fouling. We were just playing good defense, rebounding good. I felt like when I was guarding perimeter players, I moved my feet pretty good, so I feel like it worked out.
There's been a few times this season where you guys have had big wins, like the Arizona, and then the next game is a loss. Like those season inconsistencies, like what do you kind of attribute that to?
I really don't know, because usually when after we get a big win, we know we gotta have the same energy that we did. We come in practice, we have great practices. Everybody have great energy. The locker room is great. Yeah. So I just feel like after that we just go back to what we was doing before, like not moving the ball and kind of just slacking defensively. So I mean, we've been talking about it though. Like I told him, like we can't keep doing that. We got to get 2 wins in a row and get that good momentum. We can't just win one game and then lose one. So we got to put together 2 wins.
You talk about moving the ball a lot, and you've kind of said that the stats show that when you guys reverse the court a few times, you're going to score more. How much was that discussed after the Washington State game?
It was a huge piece, because I mean, when we lose, it's because we're not moving the ball. It's because we're not playing together as a team. We're not. Everybody's not getting their shots, and we take quick shots, and I mean that makes us lose every time. So we know, when we move the ball, everybody's getting theirs. Everybody's playing great. It correlates to the defensive end too, because we're all into the game. It's not just one player taking all the shots. We're all into it. We're moving the ball. Everybody's getting their touches, and I feel like we defend better too that way. So we know we just got to move the ball, play as a team. When we do that, it's always a great result.
Despite all the ups and downs this season, what do you think when you look at the Pac-12 standings and see the separation in the top 8 teams and being right in the middle of it?
I mean, I feel like we definitely should be higher, but we once again we will win one, then lose one. Like we'll beat a good team and then lose to somebody that I feel like we shouldn't lose to. So we really just gotta come together as a team. But I mean, we talk about it. We talk about it in practice in the locker room. We all talk about it amongst each other. Like we can't keep doing this. Like it's time to get two wins, and then that's just gonna give us momentum, and then we can go, and then we maybe get 3-4 wins. So it's just us coming together as a team and knowing like it's gonna take more than just one win and one loss for us to get back. To the top like we want to be.
Remy kind of has like a look in his eyes. He said it's February. It's not Are you sensing kind of even him taking it to another level, just being around him?
Yes, definitely. Like I mean, he always takes it up as the season goes along, and he's really just being a dog in practice. He's very enthusiastic. He's been playing great. Like been giving us confidence, getting everybody involved, not just himself. So I mean, Remy's looking great, and I feel like he's just gonna turn it up another notch.
Subject to turning up another notch, seems like Alonzo Verge has been really clutch for ASU in your last 2 wins. What kind of impact has he provided for you guys this season?
Oh, definitely a huge one. In the beginning, he was kind of struggling, but he just had to get a feel of the game because coming from JUCO to playing in the Pac-12 is kind of different. But I mean, once he got the feel, he's been doing great. Been having a lot of great passes, gave me a lot of good passes. Been scoring the ball great, playing good defense. So I mean, the impact that he had, we really needed, and a lot of our wins, it was because of him and his impact that he had on the game.
Now, as one of the veteran leaders of this team, what's one thing that you've learned since becoming one of those leaders?
I feel like when I use my voice, it helps us a lot. Instead of just being quiet and just like sitting back and letting stuff happen. And I feel like when I voice my opinion, when I see something, I feel like my teammates, they listen to me, and we correct it, we fix it. Like when we only had 2 assists, I told them like we can't do that. Like you see, like when we only have 2 assists, we don't move the ball, we're losing. And I feel like they listened. The next game we came out, and I think we had at least like 14 assists or something like that. Like we were just playing as a team, playing great. And I feel like when I voice my opinion, they listen.
It seems like the rotation around you in terms of front court is kind of fluid game to game. Khalid got more minutes in the last game. With how USC and UCLA kind of go after the offensive glass, do you think it'll be more you and Jalen, or the approach for that?
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely going to try to go bigger because UCLA, they go to the glass hard. I think they had like 13 offensive rebounds against Colorado. Colorado's a big team, and they rebound really good. So I think that's definitely going to be something that he's going to try out early.
And I know it's the later game, but what do you kind of see about Okongwu and what he can do for USC?
He's a great player, but once again, I feel like whenever I have a challenge, I try to go at him. So, I mean, I'm coming to play, and I'm going to give him all that game.
Yeah, do you like playing these more higher profile guys? That's
I definitely. I love it. I'm just a competition guy, so like when somebody's like talked about a lot, I feel like I love the challenge, and I just go at him as hard as I can.
I don't know if this was asked earlier, but going against Isaiah Stewart against Washington, was that like the same mentality?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Coach told me that he's a great player. I mean, highly recruited. Talked about in the draft boards, and Coach just told me go at him early, and I was like, I mean, that's what I do. Like, I'm a competitor. I don't care who you are. I'm just gonna go at you. That's just the type of person I am.
How would you compare Okongwu to Najee and then Stewart too?
They're all great players. They're all kind of similar. Very athletic, good footwork, good skill. So I mean, it's kind of the same. But I mean, once again, I love it. So I'm looking forward to it.
Remy played against Okongwu in high school a little bit. Have you talked to Remy at all about that?
No, I actually didn't even know that, to be honest. I really didn't know that. But Tayshawn talked about him. He's seen him play in high school. I think Jalen House played him in high school too. So I mean, they all know him. It was just like, yeah, he's a good player. But I mean, it's basketball. We put our shoes on the same way. So we gonna battle.
How important is the point guard to center relationship for you, especially with Remy as a floor general? What's that done to you and what step forward you've been able to take this season?
Oh, it's definitely it's key. Like I feel like the point guard and the center don't have a good relationship, then that's kind of gonna mess up the whole Florida offense. But me and Remy, we've been really cool. We hang out a lot. just got a great relationship, and I feel like we try to better our relationship. First year, we had a good relationship, but I feel like it's way better now. Like, we talk to each other more, we hang out with each other more, and I feel like it's just helping us with the chemistry. And I feel like when the guard and the big have great chemistry, then that really helps the whole team. So, I mean, we've been working on it. I feel like our chemistry is great.
Billy talked about how it's rare to hear negativity kind of come out of Remy's mouth when he's leading the team or anything like that. How much can that help the team stay the course through the ups and downs of the season?
That's really big. I feel like once you start talking negative, especially like when you're down or something like that, it hurts you even more, like brings your confidence down. But Remy's the type person, like no matter what's happening, no matter if we down 15 or if we up 15, he still has the same mentality, the same fight. He gives guys a lot of confidence. Like if you miss a couple shots, and like Tayshaun, when he misses a couple shots, he be down on himself. But Remy always picks him up, like keep going. I'm gonna keep finding you. Like you gonna make your shots. They gonna fall eventually. So Remy's definitely great with that. He gives people a lot of confidence, and he always positive.
Even though he's not negative, he really takes a lot of responsibility upon himself. I just talked to him a few minutes ago, and this is like, yeah, it's on me. It's on me. We're not winning that much. I mean, did you feel that in his leadership?
Yeah, definitely. Like we talk about that all the time too, because I feel like I'm the same way. Even though like he's always positive, like he's still sometimes hard on himself. Like he got to take it on him because he's a point guard. But I'll be telling him like it's not on you, it's all of us. Like we're a team, so don't be too hard on yourself. Like we gonna get it going. We don't got to worry about it. We know what we got to do. So yeah, I definitely see that. I'm like that too. Like especially when I'm not like rebounding, or like I'm not playing like myself. Like I get down on myself and then he picks me up. So it's vice versa with us.
You get a lot of your makes from inside, but I have seen you shooting jumpers in warm-ups.
Yeah.
How important is that to you to try and incorporate in your game?
It's huge, man. For me, just always being an inside player. I've been trying to work on my jumper, just expanding my game to show I can do more than just play inside. Like I can step out and hit a jumper. So I mean, that's really what I was working on the whole summer, working on my touch. And it's been helping me with my free throws too. So that was really huge. I mean, that's key for me. Just trying to expand my game. Facing up more in the post, trying to hit a couple jumpers.
So do you have the green light for that? It's more like a yellow.
No, it's green. Coach Hurley said, if I'm open, shoot it. So, I mean, he gave me the green light, so I've been trying to do it more.